Hey there everyone, this is Joe in general, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It's your weekly Bitcoin price analysis update. It is Friday the 17th of September 2017. Yes, it's Friday here in Australia in the afternoon. I know it's not Friday everywhere just yet, but you know, we're in the future, so it's good to be us. Of course, before I move on, a couple of quick things as always. Subscribers, thank you to my new subscribers, 5,754. Welcome to the newbies. A quick update on this video right here. As you would know, I haven't done a video, I didn't do a weekly Bitcoin analysis last week. It's been a couple of weeks in between. That's because, according to this video right here, I've been a little bit sick. It's true, feeling a lot better. The quick update is the thing that I talk about in this video, it's on the move and it's on its way out of here, baby. It's on its way out, so feeling a lot better. The pain is still there, but it's manageable, and more importantly, I've got most of my voice back, so that's why I can do, you know, some more videos now. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you don't know what I'm talking about, so just check out that video right there. Secondly, if you haven't watched this one yet, I would suggest you do. It's entitled "That's It, I'm Selling Out." It's talking about something that's going on with my channel that, you know, you may want to know about for the future if you are a subscriber or if you plan to subscribe. Of course, hit the subscribe button. It's right there. It's really easy to do. Takes you 0.3 of a second. I timed it. So on to the analysis. Of course, we take a quick look at where we were last time. And we've been talking about pattern recognition. We were here at 4,670, and we're asking the question, will this pattern that we've been talking about, which was a pattern which we saw previously in, you know, a little bit of time before then, just watch the videos, it'll explain it. Will it play out in its entirety, and will we see, you know, a rise up to another level? And I was, you know, obviously the level I thought would be that $5,000 psychological barrier. And would we see, you know, a retracement from there? I was calling for a smaller retracement, or a small retracement, that is, maybe about down to sort of this trend line right here, 4,800 roughly, before possibly moving on. And, you know, of course, I said I could be wrong. There's, you know, we could have a larger retracement, all that. I didn't think we would yet, but you know where the price has gone. This is where we were right here, and this coincides with this point right there. So the pattern did play out. In its entirety, we did see that rise up to almost 5,000, 4,980. Of course, that's the bitcoinwisdom.com website, the Bitstamp exchange priced in US dollars, but we did see a larger retracement than I thought we would at this point. I did think we'd move on to possibly that $7,000 mark quicker. Not quicker, but not before having I didn't think we'd see a larger retracement, but we did. And, you know, hindsight is 2020, of course. And, you know, oftentimes what you will see is, you know, once you break a significant resistance and make a new high, you tend to come back and visit that. It doesn't happen always, but it does tend to happen more often than not. So it looks like we're definitely going to see that at this stage. And we've had a bunch of news. You know, Jamie Dimon came out and said, you know, Bitcoin is a fraud. You know, there was all that news about China and exchanges and things. There was a lot of FUD going on, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that could be part of the reason why there's a bit of a sell-off. But that's good news. Good news for you. And good news for me. Well, not really good news for me because I'm not buying anymore at the moment, but it might be very good news for you. Why? Because I'm entitling this video something to do with back it up, or load up the truck, or something like about loading up. Because if you are one of two particular people, either if you're someone who has an amount of Bitcoin but you want to buy some more, or you are someone who has not bought into Bitcoin yet, particularly the person who hasn't bought into Bitcoin yet, now, of course, this is not financial advice, but now might be the time where you would consider loading up the truck, or getting into a position in Bitcoin if you haven't already. Why? Because we're coming down to this, close to this level right here, which is a key support level of 3,000. And I don't think we're in a bubble. I don't think we are going to see a massive drop from here. I think right here is the bottom for quite a while. I think we may not see these prices again. for a very, very, very long time. I don't think the Bitcoin is in a bubble. Now, what I think I will do, I want to talk about the whole bubble thing. I think I'm going to make a separate video on that and post that maybe later today or tomorrow. But I want to make the case as to why Bitcoin is not in a bubble. But just for my subscribers watching this one right now, it's not in a bubble. Just take that as, sorry, I shouldn't say just take that as fact. Do your own research, of course, but it's not in the bubble. But this point right here is going to be significant support, and this may be where you may consider getting in. What I would also suggest is don't wait for the perfect time. There is no such thing as the perfect time. This would be the most perfect time here at 3,000. If you want to, place some buy orders at 3,000, you can. However, look, it's so close to that mark, and particularly if you're someone who hasn't bought Bitcoin yet, I would personally be buying now if I hadn't bought Bitcoin already, if I was getting into the market for the first time. Considering also this level here where it's bottomed out at about 3,200, that happens to coincide with this little spot right here. So could this be the bottom? Quite possibly. However, very likely, I think we will see a test of the bottom end of this trend channel. We've been talking about this whole trend channel thing for a long time. Of course, this is now the bottom end of this trend channel right here. That's the top end. As you can see, when we came up to almost 5,000, it touched and pierced a little bit above the top end of this trend channel. And now it looks like we're coming down to visit it. So that's why I think that 3,000 mark is key support. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's probably more no shit than anything else. But of course, significant resistance here, bottom end of the trend channel. And also when you take a look at, where are we? This is the Poloniex website, for example. Take a look at exchanges. This is the Bitcoin price on Poloniex. And have a look at the market depth. This is psychology. This is where people are placing their buys and sell orders. And there's a big sell wall right here at around about your 3,000 mark. That's where people are expecting the price to go down to. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They put buy orders here, and that's what drives the support level of 3,000. Very big mark, but the question is, do you wait for that to hit exactly on that? No, you do not. I would not try and wait and save a couple of $100. I would consider getting in right this very moment if you can. If it goes down a couple of hundred, meh, whatever. As to where the price is going in the long term, it's not going to, it's going to be a very small blip on the radar. So bottoming out at 3,000 for sure. Again, Bitstamp exchange price, US dollar price. Do your own conversion for your own currency. So where to from here? What are the key kind of levels that we need to be aware of? And we've got this this micro trend line here. This is the little micro trend line. This intersects with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of key lows right here. It had a little bit of a test right here as well, became resistance, and it on the way down from 49.80. We did see it just sort of play around there a little bit. So that could be a tiny little bit of resistance, although the other levels of resistance before we eventually make all-time new all-time highs, which we will for sure, in my opinion. Obviously, we've got that level here of 3,600. That's going to be a little area of possible resistance, and I think you've got this micro trend line right here. This is your major one, major bottom end trend line, micro trend line right here. This may become a small area of resistance, and that very quite likely may coincide with this level right here of 4,000. So 3,600. And the micro trend line here is resistance, but that may coincide with the 4,000 level. And of course, these key points here, your sort of 4,400 and this level here of 4,600. Now, Fibonacci wise, let's just have a quick look at that. Well, moving higher, I can't give you yet a key high and a key low to work out where we're going to go to next from here in terms of Fibonacci, because I don't think necessarily we've made the low just yet. So if we base it, for example, and I'll move over here to the tradingview.com website. If we base it on an old low, old key low here. Let me get rid of that. Old key low here of 1830 and this recent high of nearly 5,000. We do some Fibonacci. Let's see where that takes us to. So very quickly, drag that down and down to there. And again, I will readjust this once we post the low, and then I'll take it from this high and this low. But just for now, this low and this high, and I'll click button. Let's see what the next significant level breaking through eventually through that $5,000 value. You've got the 1.618 Fibonacci level of 6,950 roughly. Now that coincides with a couple of things. It coincides with that $7,000 level. I've been talking about that in this video here, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. And it also coincides with, where are we? Right there. Coincides with also Cliff High's WebBot prediction of 6,800. You know my deal with the whole Cliff High WebBot thing. I'm trialing it. I don't believe it's, the magical phenomenon thing. I'm still giving it a go. Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy or is it real, a real phenomenon? I don't know yet, still gathering data. But Cliff High suggests that 6,800 is going to be the next level. Well, that's close enough to 7,000 to say, it's close enough for jazz. So that's where we're heading to after we break eventually through 5,000. Definitely, in my opinion, of course, do your own research. 3,000 is the bottom, but do you wait to hit that bottom before buying more because you want to get in some more, or for buying for the first time? Hell no. Hell no, you should not be waiting in case this is the level right now. Don't worry about saving a couple of $100. Get in now. Of course, that's what I would be doing in my situation. If I was in your situation, you get it. I think it's time to load it up. Load up the truck, back it up, whatever you want to call it. That's my opinion. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to do a separate video on why I do not believe Bitcoin is in a bubble. I'm going to make the case for that. So if you want to stay abreast of what's going on with the Bitcoin and other altcoins, etc., hit that subscribe button right there on my channel. Much more to come. Of course, ICO reviews, of course, my firearm stuff. I do some shooting as well, and mega mini analysis. A lot of different stuff on my channel. Go through it and you might find there's more than meets the eye to my channel, not just the crypto stuff. So hit that subscribe button, and thanks very much, gang. Stay safe. Stay informed. Speak soon.